Hey everyone, welcome to Karen's Kitchen, Karen's Crazy Kitchen. And tonight I will be doing a taco rice casserole. I'll tell you a little story about that. I'm going to be doing a new green sauce I'm really excited about trying, and a chocolate raspberry tort, dream tort to be precise. So here we go. And so I told you a little bit last week that hey Jen, good to see you.
Good to see you.
For my adopted daughter, I gave her 5 freezer meals for her freezer for Christmas. She's a very busy mom, and I've been getting some reports back on the meals, and one of them was this taco rice casserole. And the thing about it is I don't use slow cookers. I use my pressure cooker. So I wanted to try this recipe in the pressure cooker and for a testing. So you are being guinea pigs. I'm by myself here tonight, so I'm gonna be kind of just flushing along here. But anyway, I'm excited about trying this recipe, and I'm gonna put my Cool Whip over here. And I have a pound of ground beef, and I am going to grab my kitchen shears and open it up. Like I said, I like to go to Aldi's and stock up for 50% off. That's a fun thing. Go to Aldi's right when they open at 9 o'clock in the morning. I find Wednesdays and Sundays are the best times, and you can usually really stock up on chicken and ground beef, half price, which is a great way to stretch your budget. All right, so I am going to turn on my pressure cooker, and I'm going to set it to sear. And now sear, and the sear is like a burner. It's like a burner on your stove. And you have 3 settings for this. I am actually going to set this to high. Oops, I'm going to set it to sear. And I've forgotten how do I change that? There it is, high. Okay, yeah, 15 minutes for high. I'm going to press it and then hit run. Now it's going to heat up just like a burner would. So I'm going to take my beef and put it in my stainless steel pot of my pressure cooker. This is called our multi-cooker. If you've been afraid of pressure cookers, you don't need to be afraid of this one. The pot comes out stainless steel. I love it. There is a marker on it to where the backs fill, and when it's half full, you don't want to go over it in liquid with above the max fill. That would be a no-no. Now, I have put corn on the cob with things that might stick up. That would fine, but as long as the liquid doesn't go above that, you're going to be okay. But you also want to make sure when you're using your pressure cooker that you have at least 1 cup of liquid in it. And I may need to make sure I do that tonight. All right, so I got to get some beef broth. Let's see here. I really try to have everything ready when I go here, but I just not always, just not always. And I'm going to need a cup and a half of water. Get that ready. And I forgot my rice too. I tell you, it's just, I'm the pampered chef, not the perfect chef. So my beef is going to start cooking, and I am going to chop up some onion and some green pepper. So I'm going to be using my foundations knife here, and I'm just going to take the skin off of my onion. What are you guys doing? What are you doing tonight, Jen? What are you making for dinner?
I'm just waiting to, oh, I just got notification my yoga class is canceled. So now I have to figure out what to do for dinner.
Yep. Wow. What's the weather like there?
We got about 4 to 5 inches of snow right now.
Do
It's
you
been
really?
snowing
Oh,
all day.
it's been snowing all day. All right. Well, it's a little chilly. Actually, today is the first day I've turned on my furnace.
Oh, wow.
And actually, here they call it the heater.
Oh,
So let me grab my mix and chop here. If you're not, how does it look from your end? Does it look clear from where you're at, Jen?
yeah.
I looked I was just looking at the recording from last week and it was really fuzzy. So I'm using my iPad today, so we're going to see how that works. Just
Okay.
trying all these new things.
I don't think it's as wide as the way you did it
Phone.
before.
Yeah. Well, and it was, I mean, I was on my phone, so that's kind of odd. And I did try to, I don't think it will let me. No, you know what? If I don't, you cut off my head if I turn it the other way. So anyway, it's just always something. All right, so I'm just going to take my onion and I'm just going to chunk it up here. And then I'm going to use my food chopper to chop it up. And Jen, I know you have this. It's too fine. Remember, take control over your chopped product here. Chopping on my polyethylene cutting board, which is guaranteed by the National Safety Foundation. And here I'm doing my onion first. Of course, it's going to make me cry.
Just so you know, when you hit the food chopper, we can't hear you
Oh,
talking
does it
because
silence
it
out?
mutes the sound.
Okay, thank you for letting me know that.
Hmm.
And look how nice that is coming. You have the quick cooker, don't you, Jen?
I do.
Let that cook for just another minute. Just slide this over. And I'm going to take my green pepper and I just section it. Oh my heavens, this onion is bad. Okay, let me get a different cutting board for a minute. I will use my flexible cutting board. And you know what, maybe I'll just go ahead and dice these by hand since I have a little time. And then it won't noise out. So, but I'm excited. I'm going to actually leave I'm not going to get my slices too small. And I make a similar recipe to this. And I know that I like to have my vegetables a little bit on the chunkier side, especially my green pepper. Now, the first time I'm making this recipe, and actually some of the people I'm going to be serving it to are a little bit of a lightweight when it comes to spices. So I am not going to be adding any of our Southwest seasoning. I absolutely love it, and I know I'm going to miss it. I'll probably put some on it when I serve my own portion, but I don't want it to get too spicy for my friends. So, okay, so here we are. My meat is getting nice and done here. And our mix and chop is an amazing tool to make quick work of things like this. So there's just a little bit of pink left in there, which I don't mind because this is all going to get processed. Now I'm going to add my green pepper. Handy with our flexible cutting boards, we only carry the large size right now. And let's go back to this hot onion. I'm going to put this in here. Let that cook for a few minutes. And let's throw this away. I'm going to add now it calls for 1.5 cups of water, which means I need about 1.5 teaspoons of base or bouillon cubes. I'm adding a little bit more because I do like the flavor. So I'm adding that. I'm adding that. What you want to remember when you're using your pressure cooker, things like that don't mix up. You're going to have to make sure you mix it up. And I'm going to just stir this around again with my food chopper or my mix and chop. Let me show you again what's going on here. You can see my beef base in the middle. I'm going to add a cup and a half of water. And I'm going to add a cup and a half of rice. Now, instead of dirtying 2 utensils, I know that 2 3/4 cups equal a cup and a half. So I'm using the 3/4 cup. Let me make sure let me double check my recipe here. Nope, it's only 3/4 of a cup of rice. So there we go. Somebody's trying to call me. Lucy, come back here. Lucy's opened up the garage door. Lucy, come back here. Oh, for heaven's sakes. It's like I have toddlers. All right, I'm gonna get a spatula here. Or a scraper, as we call them with Pampered Chef. And give this a twirl. I am going to have one of these. You're lucky. We used to carry them. The little colander. I'm going to take a can of black beans, and I am going to open it up. If you're familiar with our can opener, you set it right on top and twist it around.
It.
You love it, don't you?
Yes. Have a very old one.
Dana, good to see you.
Hi.
I didn't know you had joined us. So happy that you did.
I couldn't figure out how to get on tonight.
Okay, but you did it.
Took me a minute. What are you making?
I'm making it's called taco rice casserole. I gave this as a freezer meal for Christmas for a friend, but she did it in her slow cooker, and she said it was absolutely delicious. And I don't use a slow cooker. I use my pressure cooker. So I'm testing it tonight in our pressure cooker.
Cool. I have the pressure cooker. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, let me shut this door. I have a little dog that pushed it open. All right. So I have my bell pepper. Oh, I've got to get my corn and a can of Rotel. So I got my black beans in there. I'm going to do my can of Rotel. Just sounds so good. And I'm using the sear setting on my pressure cooker as the burner for right now, till I get all of my ingredients in here. And let's see, I need my bouillon, and I'm gonna give it another stir. I realized that I didn't post pictures of the recipes I did last week, and they were delicious. And so I will do that, especially the salad. The salad was really good, and the salad was really even good a couple days later. So I will make sure to share that with you. All right. So we need a packet and a half of taco seasoning. Now, I buy taco seasoning like this at Sam's Club, and I know that a packet of taco seasoning has 1/4 of a cup. So I'm going to add about a 1/4 of a cup, and then I'm going to add 1/8 of a cup of taco seasoning. And that's the only seasoning I'm going to add. Like I mentioned, some friends I'm going to be serving this to cannot handle any heat, or I would be using my Southwest. If it was just for me, I would be adding some Southwest, but that does add a kick to it. She might even think this is a little too spicy. So I want to, oh, does this smell good, you guys? And I got to grab my corn. All right, I'm grabbing my raspberries. I have them frozen. All right, so here's some corn. I'm not measuring this. I have about half of a package here. It's about a cup. Measure very carefully. And again, another stir. I'll double check to make sure I added everything. I'll show you what I'm doing here.
I do love the way you measure, Karen.
Measure with the heart. All right, blah, 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 beef broth type. Yeah, okay, I've got everything in here. It said half of an onion. I did use a whole onion because I do like onion, but that's what it looks like. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cancel. I don't need the sear function anymore. And I'm gonna set this to custom. And I'm just gonna do it for 5 minutes. First of all, because it's already warm. And okay, even one of the reasons I prefer cooking in my pressure cooker is because I think in a slow cooker, it's really easy to overcook your food. And so, but I also worry about that with my pressure cooker. And I find that sometimes the instructions are a little bit like, they might say to cook it for 15 minutes and I'll cook it for 5 minutes because I know rice is cooked in 5 minutes. And even if I'm using raw chicken or raw beef, I know that it's going to cook in 5 minutes. So really just kind of whatever I'm using in my ingredients or whatever takes the longest to cook, that's what I will use my pressure cooker for. So that is that. Let's set this aside and I'll move some things out of my way. And then we are going to make our salsa. Okay. Now, since this is for my dessert. Now the recipe for this salsa calls for 3 jalapenos. Now, look at this jalapeno, you guys. This is the biggest jalapeno you've ever seen. And I'm going to say, and I think 3 would be a lot. I mean, I think it's pretty hot. Can you see the twist and chop here? I pulled ahead. Can you see that on there? I think so.
We can see the handle.
Let me pull it a little bit. Let me just do this a little bit.
Move the measure roll.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Perfect.
Good. All right. You're getting used to all of this. All right. So now what I'm going to do is move this over a little bit. And what I need to do is do either of you have the twist and chop yet?
Megan has it. She loves it.
Isn't it great? Okay, good. So what I'm going to do, since it called for 3 jalapenos, I am not going to seed this. I'm assuming it needs some heat to it. And so I'm going to go ahead and just put in my jalapenos like this. And I'm going to, I should have my little, I gotta move this out of the way. I like a little bit more stability on my cutting board. So I'm just peeling. There are easier ways to do this, like with our little peeler, but I don't know where mine is. So I'm going to go ahead and just peel. And I'm going to go ahead and just put my garlic in here. We could use the garlic press. I may regret not using the garlic press. But this is, I'm going to process these 2 things before I add anything else. Dana, what are you making for dinner tonight?
I think of leftovers. I made a dumpling soup last night.
Oh, yeah.
New recipe. It was pretty good, so I think I'll have that. It's a little chilly outside.
Yeah, I was telling Jen before you came on that I just turned on my furnace today for the first time.
Oh wow. I heard it's cold down there.
It is, it's chilly. It is chilly.
My friend's in Pensacola.
Oh, okay.
He said it was, what, 49 today, I think?
Yeah. I didn't check, quite frankly. I was out, but I didn't have a coat on. And all my friends, I'm like, oh, you should get a down coat on. I'm like, whoa. I guess my blood still isn't thin. All right. So now I have my garlic cloves in here. And it calls for 5 garlic cloves. Now I'm just going to chop this. And notice how the spindle goes up and down. Oops. I don't have it tight. Okay. Okay, so that is nice. And
That was quick.
yeah, very quick. This thing is amazing. Woohoo! Woohoo! All right. Now what I'm going to do is I need a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. I'm using my measure all, of course, for that. Where's my 1/2 cup? There it is. And stop barking. Oh, she sees a bird. She barks at the birds. Greta, stop. I should have put her in a cage. I'm here by myself tonight. Usually when I have company, I put them in the cage. Greta, stop. All right, so I'm adding a half of a cup of mayonnaise. I think I hit this and turned it off by mistake. Yeah, I'm just setting it to 5 minutes on custom. Okay, there we go. All right, now I need to add a whole bunch of cilantro. I'm going to be hard pressed to put that in here, but we're going to get it all in. And let's see what else. Oh, a little bit of, it says avocado oil. I don't have any avocado oil, so of course I'm going to use olive oil. And you can see what I'm doing, right?
Yep.
Here's 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons. And 2 tablespoons of fresh lime juice. I'm all excited because I'm using the limes from my tree. I'll cut this in half.
Yum.
Yeah.
Smells
I'm
amazing.
I'm going to use the whole lime because I do like a lot of lime. Since it doesn't have any seeds, sometimes I don't turn it inside out. All right, let me make sure. A little salt. I'm using, again, I'm hoping that when our new catalog comes out in the spring, we have our electric salt and pepper grinders. And put that over there like that. And now we are going to let it rip. Boy, does that smell good? It smells good even before I start.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't talk, you could hear me anyway. So I'm going to grab a clean spatula. I'm going to use the skinny scraper here. And can you see how fine that? Did you see it working? It's working everything down into the blade. Could you tell that?
It's a little hard with the mayonnaise in it.
And there is our sauce. Oh my gosh, that's good. That's what it looks like.
Yum.
I thought it might be nice just to have that. I think, I think it needs a little bit more salt. And I like the level of lime that I put in. And it's not too hot. I actually probably could use another jalapeno. And there we go. Our sauce is ready. I just thought it might be nice to have a little drizzle to put over the casserole. So that's why I thought I would make that today.
Yeah.
And let me just straighten up here a little bit, and we are going to put together our dessert. Okay. Yeah, let me get all this garlic out of the way. We don't want that around our chocolate now, do we? Okay. I have some cream cheese here. I'm going to run and put it in the microwave for just 30 seconds. Now, I have in my prep bowl about a quarter cup of chocolate morsels. And I get the morsels from Aldi. Let me show these to you. These are called premium chocolate chunk semi-sweet morsels. Have you ever bought them? It is like a European chocolate, and I would eat. I mean, they're good right out. I mean, it's just like they're good right out of the bag. They're so good. So I like to use them for my whenever I'm using chocolate chips. I'm going to add some butter to this. The recipe doesn't call for the chocolate drizzle, but what's wrong with the chocolate drizzle? What do you think? Anything wrong with the chocolate drizzle?
Nothing wrong with the chocolate drizzle.
No. No.
Always welcome.
Okay, so now I have my 8 ounces of cream cheese in my small batter bowl, and I need to add a cup of confectioner's sugar, and that is 3/4 of a cup. And I love whenever we measure a little bit more. Whenever we add chocolate to create, whenever we make a filling with chocolate, I love to add orange, and I love that this recipe calls for orange rind in it. So I am using my zester, and I'm taking the white part off of my orange. Calls for 2 tablespoons. Actually 1 tablespoon, but I'm going to use more. But isn't this wonderful? Do you ever use grated lemon, citrus rind in any of your recipes?
I never think about it.
Oh my gosh, it adds so much flavor. So much flavor. And you don't want to reach too far. And notice I'm not getting to the white part. The white part is bitter. And you don't want that in your recipes. Okay, so I have a little bit more. What the heck? My pressure cooker is already at 4 minutes, even though I set it late. All right. I'm going to get I use my oh, you know what? I should have used a bigger bowl. Can you imagine? I should have used a bigger bowl. I use my mix and mash a little bit earlier. This is great too. This is our whisk tongs. And so I'm just mixing this up with the sugar. And it really is making nice quick work of it. These also work as tongs. You can flip burgers with them. You know, pick up eggs with them. Really, really, really wonderful. All right. So now I need my Cool Whip. And you know, I put a cup of sugar in here. So I thought I would opt for the no sugar added Cool Whip. And I'll start with half right now because I just don't have a lot of room in my little bowl here. And just mix this up. Doesn't this look good? Need to see a little bit more. I'm not getting any oohs and ahs, you guys. I need my audience participation here.
Yummy, yummy.
All right, so now we'll mix this up and my filling is ready.
Was your cream cheese at room temperature already?
Well, it kind of was, but I still put it in the microwave for 30 seconds.
Right, okay.
So really, this dessert would be great to make ahead of, I mean, I'll be demoing it. I'm actually going to be, I'm testing it because I want to demo it this month at my shows. And let me see. I've dirtied every spatula I've had because I keep throwing them in the sink. So there we go. Now it's perfect. I think I might need to taste this. I wish you could too. I wish you could. And it's not too sweet. So now we have our heart, our heart medium stone. And I wanted to talk about this tonight because I'm offering this to any of my hosts in January. So when I go to their house for their party, I'll be taking this already cooked. This is just a chocolate cake mix. A whole cake mix almost fitted it. I might even reduce it. I might have overfilled it a little bit, but it's just a regular cake mix. And actually, this was actually a white cake mix. I opened up my chocolate cake mix and it had a hole in it. I threw it away. But I had white, so I added a half a cup of chocolate or cocoa. So you can always make do. And so that is what I have here. So I'm going to take my filling and pile it on top. This is called the Chocolate Raspberry Dream Tort. I don't know why, I've done so many parties. I always just have a hard time talking when I'm spreading. I don't know why. Okay, my casserole is ready. We'll let it go for just a few minutes. And I'm just fussing a little bit here. Let me stir up my chocolate. I have my chocolate and I added a little bit of butter. Oopsie. It's nice. Really is perfect. I added about 2 tablespoons of butter. Set for just another minute. And I'm going to take raspberries. Now, I actually had raspberries and I was worried, and I had eaten some with some yogurt, and I was worried the rest of it would go bad. So I threw them in the freezer. So this is what I'm using here. I hope I have enough to go around and make it look decent. There we go. Just put these right there. This is what I have so far.
Oh, that's so pretty.
And now I'm just going to take my chocolate, and I'm just going to use a fork, and I'm just going to drizzle chocolate all over it.
That looks so good.
Seriously.
Okay, a little bit more chocolate. And there is our raspberry dream tort. You know what? I was supposed to put a quarter cup of raspberry jam in it. But you know what? You know what I could do?
Heat it up in the microwave.
I'll do it. I'll drizzle it just like I did the chocolate. I probably don't need a whole quarter cup. So that's a hard part of my job. Okay, so now I can bring over my pressure cooker, and again, I'm just gonna cancel it and let it release the steam. And this is what we call a manual release. Oh, it's already released. And here is my Here is my casserole, and it looks amazing. Let me grab a little.
So there's no button to push to manually release it?
Yeah, I press the steam. I press cancel, and then I press the steam button.
Oh, gotcha.
Can you? Yeah, there you go.
Yummy. I definitely need this recipe.
Huh?
I definitely need this recipe.
Yes, yes.
Putting my multi-cooker to work.
Mhm. All right, so let me grab a different fork, and I'll just drizzle this raspberry jam. Oh, it's quite runny. It would have, you know what? I think it'll ruin it. It's too runny. I'll let it get cold. But that would have gone into it would have made this pink. And this I think is a real fun. And one of the reasons Pampered Chef has this stone available January and February. And it's just a really nice for Valentine's Day. And this will make a really nice Valentine's dessert. So that's all I have for you. Thank you. Oh, I do have a couple of raffles to do. I didn't get out the presents, but that's okay. I'll find presents to send. And let me move this over here. And I have my basket. Now, this batch is from December 7th. This is the last time I did a demo before Christmas. I think it might have been the 14th, but whatever. It was just before Christmas. And I want to thank Beth Bristol, Beth Williams, Betty Arendt, Cindy Creasel, Dana Gotti, Darla Bristol, Diane Burkett, Laura Nicazel, Linda Griffin, Linda Little, Midge Werner, Rhonda Nicholas, Tammy Mack, Kathleen Ann, and Brian Moore for joining me. So we just take this and cut them all apart. And we'll pick one. And that one will be Brian Moore. I'm going to send Brian a present.
Yeah.
It's funny, I met him, his niece is a Pampered Chef consultant, and she has a beautiful voice, and she sang this great song at conference, and I shared it, and then he liked it. We became friends on Facebook. All right. Boy, does that casserole smell good. All right, and then this is from last week. Beth Williams, Betty Arendt, Cindy Creasel, Dana Gotti, Jen Fitz, Linda Griffin, Rhonda Nicholas, and Sue Machino. So some of them watched the recording. Again, this is a big learning curve. And I'm going to take these and put these in. And let's see who the winner is for this week. And this is Rhonda Nicholas. So I have a prize to send out. Also, I have a prize to send to Tammy Mack. Tammy Mack watched our live Home Kitchen Live, which is now called Pampered Chef Live. They've changed that format. And Tammy is the only person that commented on that. So she's going to get a prize. And then don't forget, I actually have a couple of specials going on. I also have a raffle going on in my Karen's Crazy Kitchen. If you post a recipe or a picture of a product you use or something you've done, when you post something, I'm going to have a month-long raffle for that. So I'll have a product to send to someone at the end of the month for that. So we have to, that's something new to get used to. And then I want to thank, where did I put them? I want to thank Wendy Woodrick, Kay Bostwick, Linda Griffin, Jan Van Arsdale, Millie White. They're all having live parties this month. So, and then Alicia Baker and Caitlin Harvey are all having virtual parties. I still have plenty of room for virtual parties. And so I just want to say thank you. Now, my hosts in January, all hosts from Pampered Chef get double free credit and any item that you want or set for 60% off. They've been offering that for the past few months. That will change next month. Next month, we'll be back to a selection at 60% off. It's still this month. It's any item at 60% off. And then also everybody on my team, their hosts who have a party in January and close by January 31st are going into a raffle for a pressure cooker. So we have a lot. It's really a great month to host parties. Get the word out. Tell your friends. You know, we appreciate referrals. And of course, I appreciate you guys. So thank you so much for joining me. What do you think about the YouTube? Do you like the YouTube? I'm sorry, the Zoom? Or do you like Facebook Live better? Does it matter?
I like the Zoom. It's good.
You like it because we can talk?
Yeah.
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 I'm actually thinking I should come up with an hour long, like instead of doing a live party, we could do a Zoom party. So we could still do it. You could invite your friends and join the Zoom and we can do a live party like that. So I think that would be fun too. So anyway, we're always open up to new ideas, right?
Yep.
Okay. Love you. Have a good night.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Karen. See you later.
Bye-bye.